Hi there, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. And tonight we are looking at the Vinegar Syndrome announcements for September of 2021 and the partner label announcements as well. So here we go. I got my I got Vinegar Syndrome shirt upstairs. I probably should have wore that. I got my BAM shirt on tonight. I do have the faded black shirt. Hey, let's go physical. Welcome, man. A while back, I was a guest, kind of just lurking onto Master Chaos's channel. I'll speak now. Let's go. Let's get. But then about this, because I was unsure. I was unsure of how I felt, so I wanted to gestate on it. And I wanted to think, why did I feel the way that I felt? Hey there, Jay. Welcome, man. And I think I got it figured out. So let's look over the releases. We'll go right into that. Look at the partner labels. Look at everything that's coming out. Because honestly, there's a lot to unpack. And let's get unpacking. All right, so we can see right here, right up, there's a new partner label there. There's a big announcement this Friday at 12 p.m. Anybody think you know what the big announcement is before I get into the releases? The Cardona sets have been delayed since the passing of Renault. It's sad to see that he passed. I heard about that. Third, most likely next year. Jay, do you know what they're putting in place of the Cardona sets? Because, hey there, Dave. My only problem is that, and I'm sad at the passing, just as long as, something is put in there, I guess, are relatively the same. Because when we got our subscriptions back around that time that we did, the cost of 3 sets was put into the subscription. Hey, Deathbomb, welcome, man. So I'm going to guess that maybe some other sets or extra titles are going to be pushed forward. Because if not, that changes the price of what we paid for everything. And I hate to be a stickler, but it cost me a lot to do this. So hopefully that'll be worked in there. Hey there, Jason. That's my only issue. So I'm glad, like, if the Cardona sets are, no, I'm not glad that Rene Cardona Jr. third passed away. Obviously, that's sad. R.I.P. The big announcement appears to be an action-oriented. Well, I think have we all noticed that that there is a throwing star? Everybody's picked up on that, I'm guessing. A Cynthia Rothrock set would be amazing. Honestly, a Cynthia Rothrock set would make up for it. Gym Kata on its own, although I did gymnastics in school, would not make up for it on its own. So there's got to be some other set, at least another set, and probably another 4K or another release in the works. The Ninja Star, is that the Twin Towers? Has anybody been able to find that on a Google search? Actually, I do like the partner labels, and initially I was iffy on some of these. So we'll go through these. I'll tell you what my thoughts are. Some of these I'm actually pretty excited about. One of these, Sardis, man, you have some coolness coming to you. Cynthia Rothrock is probably one of the greatest female martial artists that's still alive. She's made some incredible. She made like Lady Dragon 2. She does a lot of films with Richard Norton, actually. Yo, Satan, welcome. Has anybody been able to Google? I didn't try reverse image searching or anything like that, but has anybody been able to figure out what that image is? RPR, the new TV. That looks amazing, man. For those that are unaware, yeah, her films are pretty incredible. There's certain ones I would love to see, including the one that she did with, I did a couple with Kurt. Shokazuji set. Too much Shokazuji out there, Dave, actually. Like out in the wild, easy to get, I think. Like, as in, like, the big Shokazuji stuff. Like Kino's put it out. We've seen stuff from Arrow. But Rothrock, aside from, like, the films where she's played a secondary role. We haven't had a lot from Rothrock. Thanks to the artwork Kung Fu Bob was working on. Do you know what it's for? Because this is what I'm curious about. Like, we'll get to the titles. We'll get to that. Don't worry. Somebody does. I totally understand. Agree. She did amazing work over in Hong Kong. And it's the thing, Amy. Iceman's correct. So, Jay, between me and you, do you kind of have do you know what this is? Like, you don't have to say it. I'm not putting you in the spot to say what it is on here. I thought Tiger Class was put out, but I could be wrong. Well, Master Ninja TV series is already out, so we don't really need the 3 films. Hey there, Carrie. But I'm very curious about this here. I'm very, very curious. Stranger in Art, a.k.a. Summer of Fear, with Linda Blair. Right? I love the film. See, you, Master of Chaos, you were the person that was more cheery than me on this. My concern still, Master of Chaos, is not okay. The Cardona sets are gone to next year. Okay. Needless to say, Condom Happy Dance. Hey there, Shay. Because that means they're not gone. They're just gone for the year that I would have had to pay for them. I just want something to put in there in place of them. Oh my God, no. Godfrey, oh, please no. Like, I get it. Well, I have to get it because of part of the damn subscription. See, I've seen Resurrection. There's actually an actor in Resurrection that's also in the movie 7. I am very much an X-Files fan. You know, I wasn't, Andrew, when it originally came out. I wasn't going to watch it because I was so pissed off that it had canceled. They canceled Briscoe County Jr. for it. Godfrey, I mean, like, I'm just going to put this out there right now. And this is what I guess this Leland Orser, right? That is the guy from 7. He's in 7, and he's also in this. He's in one of the Alien films. I think it might be Alien Resurrection, actually. Ironically, that's Resurrection. I think he was in Alien Resurrection. Yeah, David Cronenberg's actually in Slasher right now. I want to see. Last year, for instance, when the Forgotten Jolly sets came out and they started doing box sets and stuff, and Vinegar started doing them, I felt like Vinegar Syndrome was upping their game. Thank you, Matt. I felt like they were upping their game and they were going somewhere with this. And I feel they've got complacent. John, I will bitch slap somebody if the Eurobox set is moved to next year. It's the Cardona, actually, John, I think, because basically the Cardona, the guy passed, his son passed. So I guess they had to reschedule the features that they were doing on that set. As far as I know, Death Bomb, I think this is the newest film they've ever put out. Before this, I know a couple of you guys got it. I know Jose has it. But the one that the Andrew Dice Clay one, pretty sure that one was done like in 1998 or 97, somewhere in there. Phenomena, 4K, and Opera. Well, Phenomena, those would be from Arrow. Those come out from Arrow Video, man. those are potential Arrow Video releases. My issue is, and I got to say, I like some of the stuff they're doing, but I don't think that this is not up to snuff to what some of the stuff that they put out before. Like, or to put it to you kind of in the in the best way I can. Hey, the Kubrick. I can open it to go into the early 2000s. That could be good or bad. What the hell? I hate that film, bro. Videodrome. I'm glad you're happy about it, but just so you know, not a fan at all. It actually got me upset. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be honest with you, man. You know, I'm always honest. But yeah. If ever a movie put me to sleep, it was Blades. Last month we got Girl School Screamers. And this month we got Blades. Well, the box set's got to come, Warlock. In all honesty, the box set's got to come, or people are going to be asking about it, because all this was put into, in like their halfway subscription this year. I'll be honest, I felt was a bit pricey, but I put into account the box sets and the 4Ks that were coming out. They already listed there, said we're going to put out as much. We're going to make sure that everything can get out. Things are subject to change. If there's any big changes, there'll be a change in the pricing of what everybody paid. So hopefully it doesn't have to get to that, and it gets other stuff to put into place. Do I regret? I don't regret it. I had a conversation with my better half about this, actually. I don't think so. I mean, like, I think it's okay to have, like, considering what we had put out in the past, it's perfectly good to have, like, expectations of being like a cheerleader camp, which, by the way, in all honesty, is something that the type that they should be looking into. I do want like a heavy month, because I paid Warlock for a subscription for 2 heavy months. So I definitely want to have 2 heavy months. Hey, the Josephine, because I took hard-earned money and ate a lot of craft dinner and peanut butter sandwiches to get the subscription finally. So not to be entitled, which I sound, I know I do. But October, November, like John said, there's one that you usually go hard for. This is the shallow grave about the sheriff, about like the bad guy sheriff. I know there's a few shallow graves, but I know this one actually. Actually, this is probably one of the ones I'm actually a bit more excited about out of the films there. But we'll get into all these in a second, actually. Working out in the Disney tents. Nice. I had to pay a lot more than 20 or 40 for some of them, man. Well, they can give like different options for like people who want to buy like there's always different options. Like people don't always have to buy the entire package, Warlock. Some people can buy like 2 or 3 of the films. They can have like 2 packages that they put through. Like you can choose to just get the surprise titles. You can choose to get everything. But the thing is that, in all honesty, Warlock, October, November is what they sold the subscription on. So that's the thing. That's what they sold the subscription on. And unless they're going to give the people that already subscribed an extra month, then that's not going to work. All right. Let's not get into the negative. I like to be positive. Let's try to be positive. There's some cool stuff coming up here. Some really cool stuff. There's some great partner label stuff. That's one of the things. The partner label stuff is actually, for me, a little bit better than what's coming out for what's coming out for like the regular stuff. But there's some good stuff here. So let's dive into this. Well, let's go into the one I like least first. And I know Videodrome loves this film. I love the case. So here we have Blades. And I'll be honest with you, Blades, yeah, Blades could have been like a part of the double feature, to be honest with you. I actually like Bloodhook more than Blades, so we're kind of reversed on that now. This is not a great film. And here's the thing. This is not a great film. It's a bit tiresome. Like, because it's a horror comedy. And when it comes to horror comedy, it can hit or miss. And this one for me is more of a miss than a hit. But that's just me. Hey there, Shadow. What do you think of this lineup? I'm going to tell you right now, for the people that have not seen this movie and are excited, actually, no, really. Yeah, I actually watched Girls, Girls, Screamers back in the day, right? And I watched Blades. And I stayed awake for Girls, Girls, Screamers, but I fell asleep during Blades. Only for reviewers. It shouldn't be only for reviewers. That would be a very select amount of people. I'm a reviewer, and I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to resub at this point. They would have to really knock it out of the park, really, like 100% knock it out of the park for October and November. And honestly, if they don't knock it out of the park for October, there'll be the first October in around 4 or 5 years that they have not knocked it out of the park, because October has always been this amazing month for Vinegar Syndrome. November has been too. It's been months that everybody looks forward to because it's the greatest, it's the greatest months for them. So this one is, let's get physical, likes it. It bored me. So I got, this one bored me. Much in the way, if you've seen Girls, Girls, Screamers and you did not enjoy Girls, Girls, Screamers, you're probably not going to enjoy this more. Because it kind of have you get the same type of feel, and in a way for these films. There's one. It's not a good film, but it's a movie called Chillers. I talked about it the other night. An anthology film. It's better than Blades and Girls, Girls, Screamers. It's not a great film, but it would have been a much better choice to put on here. And you got them. I actually agree with you there. So this is a film that could work, but most of the time it doesn't. Written by the same guy, actually. There you go, Carrie. That goes to tell you right there. So we get a newly scanned and restored in 2K from its original 35mm OCN. We got a commentary track with the director and writer. Forewarning and making of documentary. The making was probably going to be the best part for this one right here. Well, the thing is, Master Chaos too. You have people, you sell these things too. Let's be honest. You have friends that, like, if you don't want them, you get your money back. I don't have that luxury. Okay, and the Steel Gallery and Risk for cover artwork. So I'm most excited about the documentary. I heard that Justin worked on this, and that should be cool. So we got Shallow Grave, which is next. And I really like Shallow Grave when I saw it. It's been a long time since I've seen it, though. But if you're an exploitation horror fan, it pretty much checks all the boxes. You want nudity? Check. You want like psycho killer? Check. You want murders? Check. You want like corrupt police officials? Check. You want like girls in peril? Check. Alien from LA is MGM, yeah. It was actually put on a 4-pack, an MGM 4-pack. So out of all the ones we've looked at so far, this one here, I do recommend. It's a fun one. I definitely look at the trailers first. I'm pretty much the same with you, Warlock. It's okay. I'm not wowed, not excited. It's okay. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's better than last month. It's better than like the Girls, Girls, Screamers and Annie Lee's Meat Pies. It's definitely better than that month. And I love this cover, by the way. This is gorgeous. Not a lot on the back, but that's okay. Because it's okay, I said, because I did watch this review. There's no girl's butt on the back. So we can rest assured it's not not a bad film. Have a great evening there, man. So we got some features on here as well. We got a brand new commentary track with the director. We also got a commentary track with Hysteria Continues. Looking for Magic, an interview with the director, a visual storytelling, an interview with the writer producer of the film, versatile cover artwork. So some decent features. Nice looking cover. I really think this one here is going to be something that's that people are it's going to stand out on your shelf. Hey there, Kubrick. Now we get to an odd one. Now this is Resurrection. This I've seen. Well, I've seen the other ones as well, actually. But this one I saw. See, I can't agree, man. See, Auntie Lee was one of those that I always felt it could be great. Shadow, like, but the shallow part of me is going to tell you I wanted more of the exploitation parts in this film. Hey there, goblins. Yeah, this is a decent film. That being said, does anybody feel that this is not a Vinegar Syndrome type of film? Like, this is going to be interesting to watch, but still, nothing about this screams Vinegar Syndrome to me. But maybe they're rebranding. Maybe Vinegar Syndrome are changing. They're rebranding. They're doing different things, and they've done that over the years. It's a very nice looking cover, though it's still, the artwork is gorgeous, but it's still, it doesn't have a Vincent. Yeah. Warlock. That's what exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. I was wondering what it was that was kind of like bothering me about this one. And the artwork is very Scream Factory. Like, this does not look like something we've seen with like Vinegar Syndrome. That's not a complaint, really. It's just, noticing. I think people will enjoy this film as well. It is a 7 knockoff. You could probably wait on for a sale. It is Russell McKay, of course, that did Highlander. He did, of course, Razorback. He did a ton of movies. So, it's going to be at least look well visually. Ricochet, actually a good title. I think Ricochet should go to VSA, though. We got a new scan here. We got a new interview with director Russell McKay. Oh, here's the reason to buy it right here. Interview with actor Robert Jaw. He's Canadian, by the way. He's actually from Atlanta, Canada. We got an interview with Jonathan Potts and an interview with composer Jim McGrath. We got some interesting features on here. I think this is going to be a fun watch. It's going to be something I will watch over again. But it's more of a straightforward, late 90s kind of thriller. And not a bad thing. Just different. I didn't get Commando Ninja, man. I thought about getting Commando Ninja. Then basically I'm not buying anything until hey there, Dennis, welcome. Sam Records Razorback, yep, Tales from the Crypt. Split second episode, yeah, right on. Of course, Highlander. So far, honestly, the one recommendation I can give you is Shallow Grave. Now, if there's anything wrong with this one, this is an okay film. It's definitely a cool little film. It's got some great visuals in it. But it may not be a right away grab. Just to let you guys know, I'm trying to be more objective when it comes to myself. Some people say that I'm too easy on companies sometimes, so I'm being more objective. Hey there, JRD. Welcome. This is Insanity, and I'm all over this one. See, Night Moves, I would love Night Moves. Night Moves, Curie, I really, really dug Night Moves. Maybe it's because I'm a bit of a chess aficionado too. But Night Moves, I would want over this one right here. But I have no problem with Resurrection. I'm much rather see a Resurrection in here than see like another trauma release, like a Rabid Grannies or something like that. I don't want to see that. Like hell, enough with the cannibal stuff. Like, come on. Speaking of which, here is a bit of an insane little film called Devil's Story. It was done in France, and there's a mummy in this one. There's a kind of a dude in a mask. It's a bit insane, just a little bit, but I think some people have fun with this one. If you like these kind of like kind of totally off the rails, kind of insane, anything goes movies, like, then this will be for you. This has got a 4K restoration from a 35 OCN. Sold on the Mummy. The Mummy's actually not bad, surprisingly. We get it's its original French language soundtrack, thank you, and its English dub track, no thank you. Once Upon a Time, Devil's Story, making a feature with the cast and crew. Once Upon a Time, Bernard, a brand new interview with writer-director Bernard Lanos, I'm going to guess. See, I'm not down. I don't watch dub films. I'll watch them in the original language most of the time. Select scenes, commentary, that's actually different. French TV coverage, that's kind of cool. Looney Bob is really good. It creeped me out when I was a kid, man. The mask that they wear, Looney Bob, kind of creeped me out. It's a really good story. If you haven't seen it before, Video Man, and you're going to like it. Or you get mad at me if you don't like it, but I think you will. Versatile artwork by Stake Medden. Oh yeah, they're going all in with this one here. So yeah, just as good. And of course, the Picaramas have been solid. So if you were somebody that picked up the completionist package, which I wish I had done at this point, then congratulations, because Phantasm and Phantasm Comes Again was done last month. It was a double feature. But by the way, which never, ever should have been a Picarama release. Because the Phantasm films are not hardcore films. They're not X-rated, like super X-rated films. The Phantasm films are Australian softcore kind of comedy films. If you've got the Umbrella Entertainment, like Exploitation, like, the documentary, then you've seen a little bit of them. Now, Debbie Does Dallas, however, is a part number 2. So done in, I think, in 1981. I think it's 81. I think it's 81. So this one here is definitely a cool little release. The only thing that makes me nervous about putting in a softcore release is that it opens the door. It opens a very tentative door that kind of makes me nervous. You were smart, Warlock, get peek around package this time around. You're smart. I was dumb. My better half told me I should have got it. And she doesn't even watch those films. She doesn't like all films at all. She will not watch them with me. But she's cool enough that she said, yeah, once you get that, it's only around like a few dollars more. And I said, nah, I won't need it. And now they brought out like the Phantasm ones, which I'm not gonna lie, I may have had a bit of knowledge on those films coming out. But and Debbie Does Dallas 2 is actually kind of a classic. So this is the poster. That's the poster. This is the T-shirt. Graded slate. Oh well, actually, and this is the limited edition poster, which is going really fast. Actually, wow. I'm not really sold on those. Not big on I love the artwork on the cover. I'm not big on the artwork for the shirt or the screen, actually. But this isn't a bad month. This is not a month we can overly complain about. I will say that Blades is a bit of a downer, but that's me. Some of you guys, Blades may be your next favorite film. DDD2. What is DDD2? You keep saying that, and I can't figure out what that is. Oh, David is Dallas too. I'm an idiot. John, sorry, I apologize. Uh, it's okay. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's not a must for me, but I got a lot of shirts, Dennis, so I'm okay with that. I couldn't buy it anyway. I wish I could actually, because you're right. Actually, it's kind of growing on me. So, Devil's Story and Shallow Grave are definitely the big winners for this one here. For a more casual horror fan or somebody that you want to sit and watch a movie, like more of a regular type film with people that may not be into more of the Vinegar Syndrome type of stuff, then Resurrection might be the jam for that one right there. And Blades is something you can watch. I want for like if you get tired and you're thinking I can't get sleep. I want to thank Cameron for the donation. Thank you so much, Cameron. My better half let me know. My Tom and Jerry shirts are my favorite Dennis's. Dennis. But that being said, it's overall it's definitely a decent package. 3 out of those 4 films are ones I'm going to watch over. So to get more than one watch out of me, it's just not overwhelming. Like it's not something. I just think there's a better slate, probably like last September, as opposed to this September. And sometimes things happen. Like think there's been issues, things have gotten pushed back, things have gotten pushed forward. Um, I'm kind of glad that if it was, I'm not sure if it was Aunt these meat pies or if it was the Girl School Screamers that got pushed forward or got pushed back. But I think I would have been a lot more upset if it was like Aunt Lee's meat pies and Blades in the same month. So I would want like 2 months that were kind of weaker. August was a weaker month. August was definitely a weaker month. We got 2 good movies out of August: Terminal Island and Tough Guys Don't Dance. Not everybody's gonna like Tough Guys Don't Dance, but I liked it. It's a base hit, not a home run. Best way to put it. And that is, and I'm not, that being said, I don't want it to seem like I'm ragging on Vinegar Syndrome because I'm not. Because obviously, I've been promoting this company for the last almost, I guess, 5, almost 6 years, right? I just think they can do better. And at the time, and I think here's the thing: their partner label releases are better this month than their own releases. And that is a bit of the issue. I am glad that there's partner labels. I'm glad that the partner labels are doing well. I love the fact that they're doing well. Fun City Editions, what a great company. Utopia, what a great company. Those are such good companies. Saturn Core, I love the first one, Saturn Core. It's different. I mean, like it's not easy. But that being said, Ice, it's when it's like that, it's kind of like, let me put it to you, I guess, another one. Back in the day, censorship happened. We had pre-code, we had post-code. And when the code happened, it made a lot of people, a lot of filmmakers decide to get more creative with their films. They couldn't put in like crutches all of a sudden, right? So they had to get more creative with their films. So I'm not sure if there's a rights issue with the first Debbie Does Dallas film. Though I would have to say, Cam, that's probably it. If not, I'd be guessing that's something that would come out eventually. Like I saw Debbie Does Dallas when I was way too young to see Debbie Does Dallas, to be bluntly honest with you, because I'm from the '80s, and when I was younger, I would go down to my local store, and I would rent a movie, a horror film, and an adult film, and the people that were there would not blink, and they would rent them to me all the time. Now, if one of my cousins went down to the same store and went to rent one of those films, they would stop them. So I'm not quite sure. And I did not look older for my age. I was actually not at all. But we got a Shiva baby print here. Honestly, I It's nice, but in all seriousness, the only way they could have like, hey, they're in ready. The one that could have like got me on the Shiva Baby, and I love Shiva Baby by the way. Buy that movie, like buy the hell of that film. It's a really good film. Is if that girl was on the cover, the star of Shiva Baby. Not gonna lie, find her super hot. Was it a Debbie Does Dallas box set? You're right. Because there's a Debbie Does Dallas 2, and then there's a Debbie Does Dallas again, which came out like way later. Winter Heat's actually pretty good. If Winter Heat's the one that has God, what's his name? Jamie Gillis, right? Okay, let's get into the very first Fun City Editions box set, and man, is it really, really nice looking. So let's just take a look at this box. This is a TV box set, so we can actually look the. So that's Jennifer Jason Leigh. That's a young Jennifer Jason Leigh right there. I'm blanking on her name, but I should know it. Dreams Don't Die. Who's this actor? My God, I should know that actor too. He was in so many things. Hey, let's get physical, man. Have a great evening. Thanks for coming in. Is it Mare nodding? It might be actually like this. This looks really good. Hey, it's the bad guy in all the in so many 80s films. Was that Bernie Casey? Oh, Paul Winfield. Okay. So let's look down here. We'll see what they say about this one. I'm actually very curious about this one. See, if this would have been half off 75 instead of half off 107, maybe. There's only 2,500 of these. It is 3 TV films. Perfect production duo of Leonard Hill and Philip Mandelker produced nearly 20 popular made-for-television films within their 3-year partnership. It was a highly successful run, which was shortened by the premature death of Mandelker in 1984. It was a golden age for TV movies. We're proud to present in this collection 3 of their most acclaimed productions: Freedom, Dreams Don't Die, Death Ride, Tuaska, aka Girls of the White Orchard. Each one's been restored in 4K from its original OCN. Of course, the 4:3 aspect ratio. So in Freedom, we got a free teen-spirited musician, Mayor Wingham. That's you right. Thank you. Wins emancipation from her mother and joins up with a traveling carnival. Directed by Joseph Sargent. Okay, nice. Taking LM 123. New York graffiti writer Ike Eisenman and his girlfriend Trina Alvarado struggle to escape the working class dreams while being pressured by a drug dealer and a police officer in his coming of age crime drama. Featuring the art of graffiti legend Donde. Really? Oh, wow. Directed by Roger Young from Magnum P.I. And Jennifer Jason is in the third one. Stars an aspiring. I got the people name. Right. Stars an aspiring young singer who becomes a prisoner of a Yakuza-controlled prostitution ring in the neon underworld of Tokyo. Done by the guy that directed Over the Edge. Need a special made-for-TV line. I agree. There is such good. Well, it's supposed to look kind of sexual. You got to see Shiva Baby, Alan. Then you'll understand. TV films are underrated, and at this point, like you guys mentioned, like some guys mentioned there that it's harder, like when with so many films out there, to find the rights to films and get to get the right films for your company. Well, now is the time to go in and mine the TV movie landscape. It is too polished, Cam. Like I agree. I mean, like And it looks okay. It just doesn't look Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm not complaining about it. It looks like something Scream Factory will put out. Like if I showed like somebody like 5 or 6 Vinegar Syndrome titles and 5 or 6 Scream Factory titles, and told them just by looking at the case, the slipcover, to go put this movie in the pile that they think it belongs in. Say hello to your better half. Does she have a name, or do I just say better half? Hello there, Warlock's better half. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. And it does not annoy you too much with my stuff when he's on here. But now is the time to dive in. There is so many great TV films. So many great TV films out there, like horror films, after school special. I love the after school specials. Man, that's my era. I know that I think a long time ago they were put out in this bus. Say hello to my little friend in this bus, and I've only got like one DVD set of after school specials, like small one. Are you lonesome tonight? That was a really good one, actually. Jane said, yeah, Parker Stevenson. I'm a huge Parker Stevenson fan. There's something else a lot of people don't know, but I'm a huge Parker Stevenson fan. Not only that, but I love, a series that should be on, it didn't last long enough, and it should be on Blu-ray, Probe. If you've never heard of Probe with Parker Stevenson, definitely check it out. It was ahead of its time. Okay, so this box, it looks amazing. But I think this is the one that is going to excite a lot of people, especially a lot of old school horror fans, or some of us that remember these style films. Some of us that remember the days of torrenting. And yes, back in the old days, before I started buying everything, of course, I torrented stuff because you couldn't find stuff. But afterwards, I felt guilty, and now I buy everything, unless it's something that you can't buy. So for WNUF, for a long time, this was something you would find on torrent sites, but you would never find it anywhere. And the neat thing about this, and I'm pretty sure that TerraVision is Brad Henderson's label. So and he's an acquisitions guy, and for Vinegar Syndrome, he's very much one of their mouthpieces for sure. And I mean that in the most respectful way. He does a very good job of promoting Vinegar Syndrome. And this here is the start of his label, TerraVision. I could be wrong, but I will check. As I know that there's more TerraVisions announced on Bloody Disgusting. We will check those as well. So, but WNUF Halloween special. It's been years since I've seen this one, man. Years. Originally broadcast live. What's really cool about this one? You have a shelf with VHS inspired slipcovers. I got a few, so I'm thinking about that. Is that it has the commercials, and I think this is a key part for me to really make this one, really sink this one in. Is that not only is this a TV special, Halloween TV special that came on? I think it's about where's that, Paranormal Investigator or something? Yeah, a supposedly true thing, right? So it was a bit of a legend back in the day, Warlock. Like whether if it reaches the heights of what it was, the hype it had. It was known back in the day. But I'm older than you, which is not out of love, man. But this one here, Warlock, this includes all the TV commercials from it, and you don't see that happen very often unless you're watching something online, unlegitimately on a YouTube or something like that. But I utterly love the thought of watching one of these old school TV films with the original commercials. Exactly, a version of the Ghostwatch thing. Ghostwatch was big over in the BBC too, wasn't it, man? So that's what really intrigues me about this. WNUF, I'm interested in. I think it's a very cool first title for a company. But the thing that puts it over for something incredible. True, yeah. I feel older, Warlock. I feel older tonight. I feel a bit older tonight. Is the TV commercials? The TV commercials are big. That's that's a deal changer, and it's something that I'm hoping we see more of, whether it comes from television or comes from another company, and looks at it and says, you know what, let's give a true TV movie experience. And if you want to, they can do like maybe do one with the commercials and one without. Maybe give the option to watch it. I will always watch it with commercials because I love the fact of finding these old school commercials. Like could be like especially when they're local commercials with some crazy things or things you saw when you were a kid. Like I love watching Saturday morning commercials, like the cereal ads and all that type of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Those I love those compilations, man. I love those compilations. But to have but have them not as a compilation, but instead have them represented within the films in the way. Actually, no, there's some real commercials in there, I think. Well, tonight, normally I feel very young. Cure. Normally I feel around 30. And tonight I'm feeling a little bit older. But let me grab I have to do something really quickly. And then we're going to go right into, I'll tell you about a vinyl for that one. What really happened to Baby Jane? Just, it's been a while. I'm not sure if it was a public access type of thing or. All right. DVD bootlegs for eBay from the TV version of Halloween, Carrie, Superman, and The Exorcist with original adverts. That is cool. I remember seeing Halloween on TV back the day when it first aired. I was so freaked out. All right, so what's next? This Agfa? What really happened to Baby Jane in the films of the Gay Girls Riding Club? So, more I guess more short films. There's one actually here. All But Alice is a longer one. Not really my thing because I like more of the horror stuff and the actiony stuff. But if you want to like get a kind of a good set on the underground gay scene with like some drag stuff and some kind of interesting titles, I can see this doing actually really really well. This one I don't know. This is a series of like short films. I don't know much. Duck the Carbon High Massacre. Saturn's Core. So this is the third Saturn's Core title we got. I don't know. Anybody know this film? Mute Witness was such a good film. Because this is nothing for me, man. Oh, the story behind Ghostwatch is amazing. I love it. Ghostwatch is kind of the world of its day. Hey there, Jacob. Did he really? That's kind of cool. It says it's satirical. I'm not sure how I feel about that, Warlock. You know what I mean? I think that they made the right decision to get Justin to work with the partners to get the partner labels done well. Um, I think it was needed. I think, especially right now, uh, it's needed because on a month when it may be a little bit more lean for them, the partner labels are there to kind of pick up a bit of the slack. Yeah, no, not into this. Edgy 90s when everything like Iceman with the Z, right? When everything ended with a Z, right? Or had an X on the front of it. I actually would. I could definitely do it the Holly Hunter movie more. This one looks a little bit more. I don't know it, so Shriek released it back on TV. Like for me, it just like I don't know. I'm saying it seems slightly tasteless, but it mightn't be. It may be actually a very well done film, but I'm not the person to know about it. So I'm not the person to talk about it. If people like know it and they like it, hell's yeah, it's what you like. But if I was to say, "Oh yeah, that's a great film," I'd be lying. As in, like it interests me. Are you talking about the Tobiyasu Maru? Kirk did it right, and I love that novel, by the way. Kobayashi Maru. I know someone's going to say it's a Tobiyashi. It's a Kobayashi. So let's get that in there first. So we got Wild Tigers I've Known. Is this a remake? It was the point, actually. I might like Blades more, Damien, when I see it again. But right now, I I can see why. I mean, like to be honest with you, there's a lot of things that my favorite comedian of all time is George Carlin, and as George Carlin would say, you can make jokes about anything. Nothing's off limits. But you better be talented enough to make that joke work. That's why somebody like a George Carlin could get away with saying the things that George Carlin said, and a guy like Tosh can't. Because Carlin's a genius. Tosh isn't. But I'm just going on like what I see. It just looked meh, I guess. I guess it's mad to me. All Tigers I've Known. This is a pretty famous LGBTQ coming of age film, which makes sense because of the company that's coming from. Sure, Gus Van Sant worked on this somewhere. Yeah, he did. Executive produced by Gus Van Sant. It's a brand new version of Cam Archer's angst-fueled experimental classic coming of age. Wild Tigers I've Known. 2 hours of bonus features. Yeah, like, don't mind a mom joke, but it better be funny. Yeah, you got to be backed up with talent, and that's not like. And some people look at that and say, "Well, you're being sensitive." No, I'm just. Carlin's Carlin was so beyond when it came, in my opinion. Carlin was so beyond. Kid Candidate from Gunpowder and Sky. I don't know this one. I got to be honest, guys. I'm going in with blind on some of these, so I apologize. Uh, it seems like an amateur. The cover seems like an amateur. I hope Saturn's Core doesn't. I like their first one, their documentary, and I'm kind of interested in getting Psycho Sisters down the road. But I hope they're not into like we're gonna be edgy just to be edgy type of thing. Hope this is kind of a one-off or misfire, one misfire. Everybody gets one, right? Spider-Man, we all get one. Uh, so in a time when young Americans increasingly feel cut off from politics and traditional institutions, Hayden Pedger, a 24-year-old artist, Pedgo, and musician, Amarillo, Texas, makes an unorthodox run for city council. 67 minutes long. That's a documentary. That's a documentary. I'm down with that. I love documentaries. So I can get sucked in, guys, with so many documentaries. Some are good, some are great, some are horrible, but I can go down the documentary road so easily. Most for playing, mostly known. For Mad Men only, Utopia. I love Utopia. I haven't seen a bad Utopia film come out yet. Bob Odenkirk, Jason Sudeikis, Michaela Watkins, George Wendt, Sharna Halpern. I apologize if I got it wrong. Tim Meadows. Hell yeah! Look at this cover too. Loving this cover. I'm actually Kit Candid does look intriguing to me. You have similar tastes, I think, man. And Oswald's in this. Lauren Lapkus. I had a crush on Lauren Lapkus actually. uh, yeah, this is cool. Good job, Utopia. That's okay, man. It happens. I've got the swear in before too. Person behind all the great comedy tropes. Let's check this one out here. I'm assuming you mean Golden Kirk. Starting his career with Nicholas and May, training most of the original cast. Oh, it's what's it about? Training most of the original cast of Saturday Night Live and forming Second City, being the inspiration for the ever popular Upright Citizens Brigade theater. There isn't a comic working today who wasn't fostered or mentored in some way by Del. Is this about Del Close? Oh shoot! Hell's yeah, this looks good. I haven't seen Cresta, and that is true. Live on stage, in person, Dr. Dracula's Living Nightmare. Let's see some shots from this one. Yeah, this is my. This could be my favorite. Actually, I might watch Timberline later on tonight. Let me just grab my tea, then we're gonna have another conversation. Because I'm gonna give you my thoughts on these. I'm gonna tell you which ones that I think are worth grabbing. By the way, the last one, definitely only partner label you collect is Fun City Editions. Well, you Cinematech have gotten knocks out of the park every time because Fun City Editions do some amazing stuff, and this box set is gonna be killer, man. All right. For me, there are 3 to 4 solid titles in the partner label this month to pick up. I would really recommend Primetime Panic. If you're into the old school kind of like the horror shot on video type stuff, the TV stuff, then I would say WNUF Halloween Special. If you like documentaries, Kid Candidate and For Mad Men Only both look extremely good. If not in politics, you may not like Kid Candidate, but if you are, definitely check that one out. And For Mad Men Only, I'm a huge. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a member of SCTV. Got to have subs so you don't have to purchase movies every month. Now you buy at least 5 partner labels per month. That's got you got to meme that, Antoine. You got to meme that somewhere. One thing is, if you don't like an adult Vinegar Storm title, you quickly resold on eBay, but it's not as easy to do anymore. What do you think, Michael? What do you think, dude? Are you into this month? If I was to tier this month, I would put it on good. Not great, not top, not okay, not meh, but good. Oh, don't go to the to the Blu-ray forums, Michael. You know not to go there. Disconnected. I feel your pain. I had to do that not too long ago. We ended up buying one of those like battery chargers. You know, those portable battery chargers to take with us when we go everywhere. It's solid. Blades, man. Michael, I'm not feeling Blades. This is the second month of our trauma. I don't want a third month of trauma. Like, I don't want to come back next month and see rabid grannies here. Just putting that in. But I'm okay. I like Shallow Grave. Shallow Grave's cool. It's probably my favorite of the month. Devil's Story. It's insane. So I'm going to dig it. Not everybody's going to dig it, but it's my style. It's insanity. Resurrection's okay. The problem is Resurrection doesn't feel Vinegar Syndrome. I guess that's the only problem. And it's still a good film. It's not a great film, but it's a good film. It's definitely a good film. I don't get Debbie does out. I don't have that package, man. The Truman Cardona month. No, I don't think any Cardona's coming to next year, man. But Shallow Grave, Devil's Story, definitely. Blades, I'm kind of iffy on. Resurrection, I like, but I don't think that it feels more like a bit like a Scream Factory than a Vinegar Syndrome, which in itself is it's a bit of a compliment. Hey, Dustin, welcome, man. So, needless to say, I'll be watching these more than I'll be watching the ones from last month. Like Terminal Island was for me was a winner for last month. Tough Guys Don't Dance was kind of fun. I guess they're getting into newer stuff, like into territory where basically when people ask me before, Michael, they would say like, well, we can't do that movie because we got a cutoff time. And the cutoff time seems to be gone out, and we're probably around 2000, I guess. So the cover's interesting. I have no covers. It's gorgeously done. It just doesn't have that aesthetic. I think the best looking cover is Shallow Grave, honestly. Shallow Grave is definitely the best looking cover right there. The partner label releases are pretty cool. For me, the best one, actually Norman Mailer, and it's not only a book by Norman Mailer. Actually, he directed this thing, I think. But the box set from Fun State Editions, that's the superstar this month. That's the star of the month. We're getting like I know some people like WNUF is going to the Halloween special. It's going to be something that a lot of people, especially a lot of the hardcore older fans, are going to love. Well, 1990, right? But Resurrection is 1999, so we're hitting like close to 2000. But Pale Blood had more of a feel to it that I kind of dig, right? Downstairs, I say that, man. I just like Shallow Grave. Like it's the one I remember most. Like we had a corner store when I was a kid, and my mom did. So we had like a bunch of VHS, and I had to, like I told you guys before, I had to like watch all of them and pretty much like give descriptions. So because the cases weren't the cases weren't there. They were legit. They just were the cases weren't there. And Blades was one of the ones I had to watch. Hey there, Uzi, welcome, man. And Girls School Screamers was one that I had to watch. And I managed to stay awake through Girls School Screamers. You might be right, Disc, because I don't know for sure. But I could not stay awake for Blades. I could not. I tried to watch it like 3 times. The font. You hate the font? Are you serious? Oh no, not the font. But I'm guessing they're okay with Blades font, right? Blades is this is the thorn in my paw, I guess, out of all of them. And even that, 3 out of 4, not bad. I'm curious to see what they're going to do for next month. We got we're supposed to have 2 box sets coming, with the Cardona stuff being pretty much off the table for maybe next year. It'll be interesting to see what they put in place of that. Yeah, it's like I'm upset. I want to be upset about something. Blades too. Oh, I do actually. Not only do I like Trauma, I bought a ton of stuff from Trauma, and I've met Lloyd Kaufman. But I like the television stuff. Isn't that Brad's label? You and him. Oh, by the way, Michael and Brad Henderson from Vinegar Syndrome are doing a podcast together. Which, when it starts up, make sure that you guys subscribe to that and listen to that, because it's going to be fun. Michael and Brad are going to entertain you. So make sure you check that out. I don't think Blades is typical Trauma, because I don't think Blades made Trauma made Blades. See, the way that it works for Trauma is that Lloyd will go out and he will make a movie. Or tell Brad it was a great choice for the for a first pick, an excellent choice actually. They'll go out and make a movie for pretty cheap. It'll be insane, it'll be crazy, but you'll love it. But then what they'll do is they'll take the money and they'll put part of the money back into making another movie, and they'll take the rest of it. And Michael just said right there, and they'll buy films that are like independents, films that haven't been acquired by anyone. They were very smart in doing that. So they would acquire films from other people. And Bloodhook is an acquisition. I think Blades is an acquisition as well. There's a lot of them actually. And so eventually, hey, Michael, there you go. Got to get ahead as an acquisition. What they did is they would have films that were Trauma, and you could tell the Trauma films. Yeah, they would have pretty much recurring people be in them. You get the Tiffany Shepses and people like that in them. You get the Toxies, and you'd be the really over the top stuff. And then there'd be something with a Paul Naschy, and you'd have something like Blades, and they just basically they'd put a cool cover on there. So that's what they did with that. Bloody hell. Come on. I paid a lot for you. You're staying there. A Devil's Story is only 76 minutes, but as a French exploitation film, Cinematheque, you don't want Devil's Story to be any longer than 76 minutes. For an exploitation film that's insane, it's kind of a sweet spot. So one of my big things that I complain about, and because I'm older now, so I'm like that. Get off my lawn, kids! So I complain. I like Sergeant Kabuki Man. Actually, that's a cool one. But I hate overly long films. I hate when films get like every film now. It seems like it always has to be like 2.5 hours long, 3 hours long. I'm like, really? No, you don't. Trim the fat. Learn to edit. So Devil's Story, it really does. It starts out insane. Hell yeah, I'm tankers. And here, which is amazing, Michael, because there's a time when I'm sure you would have said on here, Aaron likes everything. People used to come in and say that to me, like, you like everything, don't you? I'm like, no, I'm just Canadian, so I'm polite sometimes. So there you go. Cardona, that'd be interesting. Yeah, Cardona definitely needs an editor. 80 minutes is a sweet spot. I mean, especially for like, because here's the Carpenter. I would kill for the Carpenter, man. Wings Hauser. Love me some Wings Hauser. Love me some Wings Hauser. Every film's not Lord of the Rings. Every film does not have to be 3 hours long. Everybody's not making Harry Potter. Thank God. And I liked Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling. Know what she can do. Yo, Newfie verbiage. I am so Newfoundland, man. Sometimes it comes through more than others, Warlock. And you, as we would say, as a mainlander, should be able to pick up on my Newfoundland verbiage. Antoine got me excited about seeing The Carpenter. For those that know, The Carpenter was a film starring Wings Hauser. And for those that don't know, Wings Hauser, awesome and everything. Like, I got through Champagne and Bullets because of Wings Hauser. I really did. I would love to see them do something like that, John. Now, to do some actual Vinegar Syndrome release, a Toxic Avenger box set, a Class of Nukem High triple feature, because there's 3 of them now. Something along that line, I would love to see. I would love to see that. Which was 5 hours long. Shatter Dead. I can't remember that one. I love Corny Gas, man. Kubrick, you have a great evening, man. Go be affectionate, dude. And congratulations on the new podcast. Really. It's not a bad month. Like, it's an okay month. I expect the big guns to come out by October. I expect October, November to be the months that we're going to be wet. I hope to God that's a Cynthia Rothrock box set, because a Cynthia Rothrock box set would be good for me. I would love that. How did you like Nova Scotia? What area did you live in? Like, you don't have to go precise, but were you in Cape Breton or were you in Halifax? Halifax is kind of cool. Cape Breton, people are nice, but I'll be honest with you, not a lot to do. I like to go to stores. I like malls. Not strip malls, but malls. I miss malls. I'm one of the very first things I'm going to do, Warlock. Oh, well, you're okay, man. When I go to St. John's in a couple of days, is I'm going to go to the first comic book store, the one that I used to go to, and then I'm going to the second comic book store, and then I'm going to go to the mall. I may take you up on that, dude. I thought about doing it last night, but I figured it was too late to get you to come in and help me with it. Lady Dragon would be amazing. I would like to have both from there. There's a lot of good like Cynthia Rothrock stuff that could come out. Like she's so underrepresented. Like so underrepresented. Has anybody put out the King the Kickboxer films yet? I'd really like to see those come out too. Now, just to let you guys know, for those that don't know, tomorrow on my Patreon, it is the horror movies of 1978 tier list. I would love stripping malls. I don't like strip malls. So make sure you're there for that. It's my last video for about 10 days. I would love to see them do more of that. My issue and my problem is that I don't think the Cardona did as well as they thought it was going to do. I really don't. And I think that they could look at that and say, well, maybe we shouldn't do so many Spanish films, or maybe we shouldn't do so many like those films. But the thing is that it's not that we don't want like releases like Spanish releases, Italian releases. Cardona's a bit on the more boring side. What we want is more like Galando Jr. I think I can easily speak for a lot of people on that one. Want more stuff like the Grave Robber stuff and the Galando Jr. style stuff, and Don't Panic, and less of the oh my god, I can't get through this movie in one sitting type thing. Kickboxer 2, 3, and 4. Sasha Mitchell, I remember from Dallas actually, and I think he did a comedy show too, Step by Step, which also had a guy from Dallas. That's the thing. The other Spanish movies did extremely well. So hopefully they go by that and not by the latest. It's not that like our tastes have changed. Our tastes are the same. It's just that there's a very big difference in those two directors. I'm down. Like do you want to put out any more Ruben Galando Jr. films? I'm so down with that, man. There's a Giallo double feature which I think is coming next month. That's not one of the box sets, by the way, guys. I'm surprised that they have not yet like dug into any of the Asian cinema, and I really think that they should, and they should do that soon, because a lot of the Asian cinema is being like snapped up by companies. Didn't he get like fired? Like I don't want to get into it too much. Didn't he get fired because he abused his wife or something like that? That's what I heard. Like I don't know, man. Back in the day, that was like he just disappeared from that show, and I think that was apparently the reason. But he's a good martial artist. Just a bit of a jerk in real life. But yeah, I'm really surprised that we have not seen any Asian cinema come yet. Maybe that they're... I don't know. I mean, I think maybe all the elements right there for Last House on Dead End Street. She ready to get a Blu-ray release. Friday, there's a big announcement. And people think it's a title or a box set, which I'm hoping it's like a box set to take the place of one of the Cardona box sets. Because they still have to, like, I'm sticking with that. They still have to give us something like relative to that. But can you imagine if that you're seeing a ninja throwing star right there that you're looking at on that side of the screen? Because that is definitely a ninja throwing star. That's like the start of like maybe Vinegar Syndrome doing like an Asian line. I'm not sure if it was replaced by, because I didn't watch Step by Step very much. I just watched a couple episodes because I had a crush on Suzanne Summers, and I really like Dallas. But let's look at the bloody disgusting stuff. Because I'm sure Bloody Disgusting. I'm pretty sure Bloody Disgusting announced uh, more of those TerraVision titles coming out from Brad's company. Balky from Perfect Strangers. Don't be ridiculous. I like Perfect Strangers. Join our mailing list. I think I'm already on it, guys. Come on, it's here. Oh, there we go. Exclusive TerraVision launching this Halloween with WNUF. All right, so let's dive in here. Credit goes out to Bloody Disgusting for this article, by the way. Love the look of this. That's WNUF. By the way, his name is Bronson Pinchot. He was also in the, at least in the first two of the, God, what's it called again? First two films. Cop. Eddie Murphy cop films. Oh my God, I'm blanking, guys. So also coming out in December is Norway. Okay, what's this? Photophobic Xano arrives in the city for the very first time. The year is 1984, and Athens beckons. A vampire and a fine dancer, Xano quickly gets devoured by the dark underbelly of the capital city. This sounds really good. All he really wants is a warm girl. TerraVision has provided us with a more tension-grabbing log line for this one, explaining that it's about a vampire that has to keep dancing or he will die. Beverly Hills Cop. Thank you. How could I forgot that one? Since the time she is a mystery girl in the T-Bird. Next up, okay. Video violence. Oh, video violence, really? I remember video violence. Deep cuts here. Okay. I'm actually kind of stoked on that one. I know it's not everybody's jam, but I remember video violence back in the day. Killing Spree from 1987. A man suspects his wife of adultery and goes on a killing. I saw this too. On a killing spree, eliminating all he believes are sleeping with her, but his victims don't stay dead. Hey, Video Man. What do you think, dude? Yeah, I am excited about TerraVision Films. So congratulations to Ryan Graveface and Brad Henderson for their work on starting what looks to be a very interesting label. I'm extremely excited about. And with that being said, since I do have to work tomorrow and I am making the ultimate horror tier list of 1978 at 780T, make sure you're there, guys. Prepare to vote. I am Aaron. This is the Call to Cinema. You are the Call to Cinema. Like, share, subscribe, hit up the merch store if you like. Disconnected did. Got a snazzy t-shirt. Feel free to donate. I much appreciate it. But above all, most importantly, more than anything else, stay safe, stay happy, be healthy, and as always, right here in the Call to Cinema, there's always one more movie. See you tomorrow, guys.